Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live, and this is UFRL, and tonight is the first ever reverse grid race as we head to Interlagos, Brazil in the 100% tier. So a full race distance, I believe it is comprising of 71 laps here at Brazil. So a massive race to look forward to. As you can see, it looks fairly, I'd say fairly overcast. I mean, I'm not sure whether or not there's any rain due, but it's going to be a tricky, long haul race here for the drivers. And again, reverse grid, so all of the quickest drivers effectively will be nearer the back of the field, which will make for an intriguing event. Let's see, as we are live across both Twitch and TikTok this evening. So if you have any comments, feel free to put them through. Good evening to Melt first. I believe that must be, I would guess, Epic Frenchie. And that'll be Epic Frenchie there as he awaits the race start from pole position as well. So Epic Frenchie and Viral, new to the tier, not new necessarily to the league, but it will be starting 1 and 2. Kesnate will be starting in P3. We've got the rest of the grid, actually, I can just say to you. So you've got Simon in P4, Baker Gaming is P5, Viking Fox P6, Ivy P7, William at P8, Destroyer Jack P9, Merc P10, Hazer P11, James Killer, who was the first of the reserves in P12. Then you got Deps Panther P13, ARC Mickey P14, Bad Boy P15, and then you have Deck P16. If he didn't give up a seat, he would have been higher, but he gave up a seat. So, hence why he's down in P16 for this evening. Right, the ready up sign will be in 1 minute time, so I will start getting a message out for that. And again, no qualifying, heading straight into the main event tonight. So we're definitely going to be looking forward to this. Good evening, Warren. I hope you're doing good. But yes, we are going to be moments away from kickstarting this Brazilian Grand Prix. So the drivers have been told to ready up, which will mean we will be getting started imminently. We're just waiting for that 10-second countdown to begin here at Interlagos. Should be an absolute belter, this one. We'll see what the tyres are as well. Obviously, no band tyres. You've got softs, mediums, and hards to use. If it gets a little bit wet out there, you could use the inters or the full wet as well. So the 5 seconds coming up, and now, here we go. This is UFRL, it's the 100% tier reverse grid race. Frenchie on pole, and it's go, go, go. It's a kick, Sauber stuck on track. That's Kesnator. Kesnator not going, and Ferrari's well wide. Frenchie and Viral going side by side, and it's Frenchie who takes the lead. But Kesnator has not gotten away. We've had a virtual safety car. So it's a virtual safety car, meaning we can have a look what the tyre situation is. I don't think Kez has gotten away here, and he might have been disqualified. I mean, we did say the ready up time is 14 minutes past, and he didn't get going. That's kind of his own fault, really. Back on grid Wednesday. Ah, nice, nice. Will be good to see you back there. Oh, he's gotten going. He's not been disqualified. Kesnate is dropped to last. He must have got back just in time, but we have got green flags once again. The tyres are on for you. Frenchie on mediums, Viral on softs, mediums for Simon, Bakey and Viking. A number of drivers on softs further back as well. You've got James Killer from Tier 3 with Hazer as a spin. Hazer, is it? Or is it James Killer? I think it was James Killer with Hazer. Unless there was a driver behind them. So there you go. Could be an incident occurring there. James Killer dropping down. Kesnator at the rear of the field. That would have been a bit promising to have seen Kez further up, given he started P3, but obviously did not get going off the start. We head up, have a look towards Viking Fox on the rear of Bakey. You can see drivers like Frenchie and Viral putting away. and Simon as well on P3. Those are drivers are pulling away from the rest of the field. That's an exciting event. Viking Fox here just overtaking Bakey Gaming up into 4th place now. Bakey, you got Ivy, Destroyer, Jack, Hazer, all in this pack here. Frenchy takes VRAL for the lead, but Jack down the inside on Ivy, up into the top 6 he goes. So the Haas making up a position now. What about Hazer? He's going to have to push for positions. He's behind Ivy and off track there. Was potentially Bakey Gaming ahead. Frenchy and VRAL continuing to battle. I'm going to be honest, they shouldn't be banning this hard. If they could work together, they could really pull clear on the pack. That's what they should be doing. So you've got Hazer, Bad Boy, Merc, and what's that? Yellow flags behind. That's Depth's Panther in a little bit of trouble for the V-Carb. The Ferrari here as well. Ivy attacking Hazer, but Hazer has gained that place on the Williams and up into 7th place now. He can overtake Destroyer Jack if he wants to, and he will push for the place as well. Don't forget, these guys all on the soft tyres behind Bakey Gaming. Will Hazer get the place? Deck overtakes William for P11 and Drac down the inside, and Hazer down the inside, and Hazer gets the double. He goes a bit too deep low, and that would allow for Destroyer Jack to go side by side with him. Still continuing, it's so close. Very little space given for Drac there, but they are still continuing the fight. Destroyer Jack on the inside, Hazer on the outside, and there's a bit of contact. There's a Ferrari and a McLaren. I think Bad Boy and Merc both getting involved there. But Hazer is ahead of Destroyer Jack, and Ivy following in behind Bakey, then Bad Boy, then Deck, then Merc. There's a host of drivers still fighting here. Mickey on the inside of Willie Fernandez and up into P12. William dropping down the order, unlike one of his championship rivals in the form of the likes of Viking Fox. He is down to P13. As Bad Boy here attacking Ivy now to get himself into 8th, and he does succeed. Merc also bypassing Deck and up into the top 10. Has Deck got any damage yet? Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, just looking at our front right, but he is okay. As VRAL, Frenchy and Simon are 2.5 seconds ahead of Viking Fox at the lead of the Grand Prix. Then you've got Hazer, who is 1.5 seconds back, about 4 seconds from that top 3. Merc now being going for the move on Ivy. Round the outside he goes through 1 and into 2. Through the center S's and up the order. Merc goes, and Deck also making the move on Ivy. And what about ARC Mickey reserving tonight? He will go for the move down the inside into turn 4, and he does get the move through the Descida de Largo. And does he? No, he doesn't. Ivy defends it well and fends off the Kick Sauber for P11. Into the pits goes Depth's Panther. He goes for the hard tyres. He'll be just behind Kesonator in the Kick Sauber as well, who's on the softs. So we go back to... I mean, this battle was the most exciting one. Clearly, it's our Bad Boy just shaping up a move. Oh, it's a spin. That's Merc who has spun. Merc has spun the McLaren, and the Papaya falls to P13. He's dropped down behind Ivy, Mickey and Fernandez as well. And there you go, Merc just seemingly struggling a little bit through the early stages on those soft tyres, as Kesonator receives the first time penalty. As Bad Boy now down on the inside line on Bakey Gaming. Does he get the place? Yes, he does. He's up into 7th position. Hazer and Drac, meanwhile, are within DRS of Viking Fox for a place in the top 4. Dropping down the order here, you've got ARC Mick, and you've also got Fernandez. Fernandez getting involved. The development tier championship leader flies past 1. Will he get a second? No. But he's side by side now with ARC Mickey, who's trying hard to defend this. It's an incredible battle. Merc is in the picture, and Merc just drops in behind. Will he have a look on Fernandez? Will he? Yes, he will. He's side by side with William, and he gets a move on Fernandez, and up into P12 Merc goes. He gets a position back after the mistake just a moment ago. And looking at Deck now, so he's in P9 behind his teammate Bakey Gaming. Will Bakey Gaming just say, you know what, I'll let you through. You are the quicker driver, effectively. Deck, obviously tier 1, Bakey Gaming tier 3, but Deck also an elite tier driver, Bakey Gaming development tier driver, and now Deck does make the move on Bakey, both on the medium tyres as well. But Deck up into P8 and into the pit already goes Bad Boy. Soft tyres, or maybe had the damage, so is that why Bad Boy is pitting? It looks like it is. Is he repairing the wing? Yes, he is. So he's going for the hard tyre. He's going for the long haul on the hard compound. So we'll see how Bad Boy will fare on that tyre. Ivy, meanwhile, is now behind Bakey Gaming. 2 Tier 3 drivers in the top 10 here. As I may move up in a moment, as always, just shaped up a little move on the inside there, Ivy. Definitely having a look on Baker Gaming here, but I will likely have to move up to have a look at Hazer, who might go for the move on Viking Fox on this lap, as we continue to head through the middle sector and into the final sector in just a moment as well. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there between Bakey, Ivy, and maybe Merc getting in there as well. I think Merc certainly had the full picture of the contact. As I'll see Mickey also having a look on an overtake down the inside as well. Let's have a little look firstly towards Hazer. Is he going for the move? He's not really, as Ivy will go for the overtake here. And he is now going for it because Bakey Gaming's pitting. It's a very early stop for Bakey Gaming. Does he have any wing damage? He's getting rid of the medium tyres at this stage of the race. It must be a wing repair, and it is. So he is repairing the wing, going for the hard tyres, like Bad Boy had to do. And there you go, Bakey Gaming will fall back to the rear end of the field. Ivy then being overtaken by Merc. Merc now leads this pack, which is significant for his race. That's exactly what he needs to do. Now, can he catch up to Deck ahead? He's 3 seconds adrift. That's going to be a tall order for Merc to catch up to a quick driver like Deck. Can he do it? Is the question. It's going to be a near impossible task. Unless Deck makes a mistake or is held up in traffic, of course. So Hazer did get through on Viking Fox. Now up into 4th place. 1.5 seconds the gap behind Simon. Then he's got the pairing of Virao and Epic Frenchie, who are still leading, but Virao has a 2-second advantage over Epic Frenchie now. So he's opened up the gap. Only 4 drivers pitting. Depth Panther has pitted twice in this Grand Prix as well. As Viking Fox just closing the gap. Destroyer Drac also right involved in this battle with Hazer and Viking. And he's hung on to the Mercedes relatively well in these early stages. We head down the Retro Aposta through the Cedar de Largo. And now, can Destroyer Drac go for the overtake on Viking Fox? Just a little bit too far back, perhaps. And he certainly is, as Viking, in fact, is closing in on Hazer, who just... Oh, Hazer almost spinning, has half spun, and he drops back behind Viking, does he? Yes, he does. And a mistake from Hazer, and a pretty big error too. It brings Deck into the fold, and it means Hazer is further adrift of that top 3. Big error, but he should get the place back on this lap, you'd expect, by virtue of having back-to-back DRS zones here. So a big opportunity now for Epic Frenchie and for Simon to potentially even work together to try and extend their advantage on those drivers behind us. Destroy Drac. Deck also getting involved now, and these 3 are going 3 wide, but it's not with Viking, it's with Hazer, and Hazer's dropped behind both of them. Has he? Yes, he has. Oh, it's incredibly close. The Haas and the Red Bull. The Drac with Deck. Side by side continuing. Hazer just in behind. We'll go on board with Hazer as he can see the full picture so nicely. Down the Retro Aposta into the Cedar de Largo. And still side by side, still scrapping away. Incredible battle. Ivy overtakes Merc behind. But they are still side by side. And finally, Deck gets the move done. Big overtake. And he's up into the top 5. He is still under attack from both Drac and Hazer. He has dropped a second to Viking Fox as well. But an impeccable battle between a trio, and Deck comes out on top for that one. So he's up into the top 5, but can he catch up to Viking Fox? He's within 1 second now, and that should be an opportunity for Deck to close in on the V-carb ahead. So we're going to go up the field. Epic Frenchie now on the rear of Simon. This is in the podium places, don't forget. Epic Frenchie was the pole sitter. Virao started second. Simon started up the order as well. And there you go, Epic Frenchie bypassing the Ferrari. And the prancing horse will be dropping behind. And into 3rd place is Ivy now. Pushes for the move on Merc. These 2 are really scrapping away. Very impressive from Ivy to be racing the likes of Merc and Mickey and William as well. All in higher tiers, in the midweek tiers, and Ivy Merck now going for the move, and ARC Mickey is trying to make it 3 wide. Oh, that was heart and mouth moments there, but he just dropped back. William also watching this battle. Merck now side by side on the outside line. I think he'll just drop in behind Ivy, and it looks like he will, but ARC Mickey still there as well. Ever so close to him, maybe even making contact with the papaya, but no harm's done there, and it will just fall in behind. No major moves in the end, covering this quadlet of drivers, of course. Let's go further up the field. Declan closing in on the big picture with Viking Fox and Simon now with Frenchie. So this is for P2. P2 down to P7, and Deck finding his way past Viking Fox. I think VRAL will certainly realise now the drivers who are tier 1, who are elite tier drivers, are starting to work their way up the field. Obviously, you'd have expected that, but it's been an enjoyable opening 10 laps to watch, where you've had to see Deck, Drac, Hazer, Merck, you know, trying to find their way through the field. Bad Boy obviously has struggled at that, having already pitted in P13. There you go. So Deck up the order to P3 now, behind Simon. You've also got Merck overtaking Ivy again. That's for P8. He's trying to carry this pack forward. Mickey and William still in there. And Viking Fox also going for the move on Epic Frenchie. How wise is this to be battling here when you're going to be losing time, and significant time as well? And down the inside goes Viking. He has got the move done, but at what cost? Because Frenchie is still half there. No, he's not now. Vikings cleared him, but 8/10 is the gap to the top 3. How smart of an overtake was that? Declo will overtake Simon. He will be up into 2nd position now. So Deck is now arguably the favourite to come away with the win, because he has cleared the pack. He started down the order, don't forget. And all of a sudden, he's up into 2nd place, and is the biggest threat to VRAL in winning the Brazilian Grand Prix. Further down, Depp's Panther bypassing Kesonator. The 2-stop strategy in the end just working for him. And we'll also go further up the field. Destroyer Drac now behind Epic Frenchie. And this is for P5. Again, they're all in that battle for 2nd place, as Simon trying to keep close distance on Deck, but it is going to be a tricky task for him. Merck also has closed the gap to 4.5 seconds on this pack. Simon 1 second back now from Deck, who has opened up the gap to the Ferrari, and now that Deck does not have to worry about anybody behind him. So it's really given him the opportunity. What about this one though? Because Viking Fox and Hazer's got the move. He's got through on Drac. Could be a significant overtake, that one. And up into 6th place he goes. So a big move for him. And there you go. That's Hazer up the order. And Ivy back through on Merck as well. Just popping in the Discord. So if anybody on the TikTok does want to join, you may join off that Discord link. Right, Hazer through on Epic Frenchie, is he? Side by side, yes he is. Just edging that Mercedes ahead on those soft tyres still. Frenchie the pole instead of dropping to P6. Again, I think he'll be relatively happy to be up in the top 6 at the stage. Well, yeah, he'll be satisfied with that, I'm sure. You would expect most of the drivers who did start near the back of the field, especially the full-time drivers, but also some of the reserves like a Deck. You'd expect him to be up the order. You'd expect Bad Boy to be up there, but he's had to pit, unfortunately, with damage, so he may be struggling to recover positions in this race, especially to recover anything near a podium. We're just keeping an eye on this one. Deck, meanwhile, is within that 1 second window of VRAL, so he has caught up to the papaya. And here comes a move from Destroyer Jack on the inside line. He goes for the move on Epic Frenchie, and Simon also on Viking Fox. He does get the move done. Deck, will he get the move done for the race lead? He might have a look at it, but he decides to back off on this occasion, and he settles for P2. Ivy battling again with Merck here. Merck should get the move done. William is getting involved, and William getting the overtake. He's got through on Ivy, and ARC Mickey on the inside again, looking at a 3 wide. Never really going to work for him there, but Willie Fernandez making his way through on Ivy, and up into 9th place he goes. Oh, it's a move there from Ivy. I thought for a moment he was going to have a look on the inside of Fernandez. Luckily backs out at the last second. I'll go back towards your race leaders then. Viral with Deck. And there should be the move for Deck to take the race lead. He started at P16. What a phenomenal achievement. But there's a yellow flag. And the yellow flag is for a Williams, and that is for Ivy. Ivy has had an error or contact. He's dropping to P12 now. The Deck does take your race lead ahead of Viral. So Viral falls to second. Deck finally has the advantage. Simon and Viking side by side. What can Hazer do? He wants to get involved because he does not want Deck to clear the field after the mistake he made earlier in the race. Can he get his way through on Simon? He's side by side. Yes, he does. Simon in the end has to back out of it. And just in front of Drac, Frenchie is there. Merc, unfortunately, not closing the gap. And Destroyer Drac is now attacking Frenchie. Is he side by side? The Haas and the Aston Martin. Oh, it's a bit of... Oh, what's that? That's Hazer. Hazer's gone wide once again with another mistake. And he's got wing damage as well, Hazer. It's crucial for his race. He has to pit, surely. He has got front wing damage for Hazer. Destroyer Jacqueline directly behind with Epic Frenchie still in the frame in 7th place. But they will have to get through on Hazer pretty quickly. It's Hazer again. Really struggling. Looks incredibly twitchy in that Mercedes. And surely going to do no good as he does pit. He will try to avoid a penalty. And there you go. Into the pits goes Hazer's Destroyer Jack. Overtaken by Epic Frenchie. Frenchie into 5th. Drac into 6th now. And Deck, look at him. 2.2 seconds over Viral. And the big thing is, none of the top tier 1 drivers are up the order with Deck. Hazer's P11, Merck's P7, Bad Boy P13. These guys are struggling in comparison. Incredible. Epic Frenchie, though, just overtaken again by Destroyer Jack. Will he go for the repass? He has a look, but he doesn't go for it. ARC Mickey, will he go for the overtake on Fernandez? Not quite. And he will hold out for the overtake down into turn 6, 7 and 8. We have a look at Merck just leading this three-way battle at the stage with Fernandez and Mickey. Whether or not they're trying to work together or just try and pull away from the pair behind. I think Merck might be doing the latter. Trying to escape from the fringes of Fernandez and ARC Mickey. Won't be an easy task. Obviously DRS being very powerful with back-to-backs here. 2 DRS zones and 2 activation points as well. So if you don't get the overtake, well, guess what? You're going to get the DRS once again, heading out of the center S's. So, crucial opportunities off track there. That's ARC Mickey's onto the grass, and he's gone for a spin. He's back on track, but he fell onto the grass on the outside into turn 1, and that has cost him dearly. 5 seconds the gap to the pairing ahead now, and that will make Merck and Fernandez feel a bit more comfortable in this race. So we'll have a look further down as Bad Boy now is on the fringes of a back, making his way back into that top 10. He goes for the move on Kidder. Oh, as he gets onto the curb there, really riding it hard, and he almost spins out, but he hangs on to 11th position. Should get this move on James Kidder on this lap, really, you would expect. With the pace he tends to show. James Kidder, don't forget, is tier 3, and he will try to hold him up as much as he can for the Constructors' Championship as well. Bad Boy still behind James Kidder. This is bringing Ivy back into play as well. It's yellow flags. That's for Depp's Panther and the V-Carb. So we're back on here with Bad Boy. Can he get the overtake on Kidder? What about Ivy as well? Will they go for the double? They are going to go for the moves, and here comes Bad Boy. Round the outside he goes. Oh my gosh. Almost contact. Perhaps even contact. And Bad Boy, ooh, again contact. Whether or not, who was at fault for that one? Well, that might be going down as an incident for the pairing. But Bad Boy does get his way through, as does Ivy on James Kidder. But that may very well go down as a potential penalty possibly the bad boy. I mean, tricky to see in the broadcast view whether or not enough space was given, etc, etc. I think that will need to go down to seeing what the drivers' POVs are like for that. Might just clip it though, just to, you know, why not? Just in case we ever need it. You never know. Fernandez then on the rear of Merck for P7 and P8. And can Fernandez find his way back up to 7th, or will he just be following the papaya ahead and ensuring he sticks with Merck? Don't forget, he's a development tier championship leader, Merck. Yellow flags once again. It's Ivy. Ivy really struggling in the Williams this evening, and sadly does not look like he's on for a positive result. And he's got wing damage as well, so there you go. He will have to repair that and go for his first pit stop this evening, but not the race Ivy would have been hoping for this evening. Right, back up to Fernandez we go. We might just drop actually to Hazer, because he will have a look on James Kidder. He's going for the switchback. James Kidder really trying to make it tricky. Hazer going round the outside all the way. And I think in the end, just about will find his way through. James Kidder really trying to squabble and fight this one out. Surely Hazer's got it, and yes, he does. Hazer up into 11th place and working his way through on James Kidder. So Deck clear of the pack now. We're 7 seconds on Vival. He's truly dominating. As there is a pit stop for Ivy coming out of it now. Should we have a little look again at the tyre situation? He's gone for the medium compound then. And those are your tyres here. So we'll go back to your... And there you got 15 places, Deck. So if you did want to know exactly how he's doing really well. Merckland into the pits behind Epic Frenchy. They're both going in together. That means that William has decided to stay out, as has ARC Mickey. Obviously, Mickey made that mistake just a few laps ago. We are on to lap 20 of 71, and it is quite pivotal now when drivers make their first stops. Do they make 2 stops in this race? Do they even risk a 1-stop hard, medium, or medium hard? Or is it a guaranteed 2-stop strategy? Possibly the latter, but I don't know. I feel like a 1-stop could work around here. Medium hard or hard medium, I think they can work, because there's a kick Sab in a bit of trouble. That would obviously be Kesonator, as we're on board with ARC Mickey. So, but yeah, let's go back down, and as Merck is clear of Epic Frenchy, and he's just behind James Kidder now for a place again back into that top 10 is what it's going to be hoping for. So can Merck find his way on this lap? He might even have to do it on this lap before the DRS here, because James Kidder, well, he's going to have to try and make things a little bit difficult for him. His Destroyer Drakus pitting, and Merck now having a look around the outside. Will he just decide to wait for the DRS? I think he might now. And indeed he does. Vival picks up a 3-second time penalty. Don't forget how massive this race is for him on his first full-time race as well. And Merck now round the outside on James Kidder. Finds his way through. And up into the top 10 goes him. And Epic Frenchy also ahead of James Kidder. And up into P11. Oh, he's off track. He's gone onto the grass. He's done it, ARC Mickey. And he's back down to P12 now, Epic Frenchy. A big error for the Aston Martin, following in the clutches of the Kick Sauber. Right, Merckland, he has got the gap he needs on James Kidder. He's got a purple sector 1 as he heads through the Tessida de Largo. And now round up turns 5 and into 6 as well. So Merck will hope to continue the purple sector form here. Kesonator's out. Kesonator retires from the session in the pit, so that is him done. With 50 laps to go, Kesonator calls it quits. Again, it is a shame he didn't get going off the starting line. If he did get going, well, there would have been a very different scenario, I feel like, where Kesonator could maybe have held up a couple of drivers and made life very difficult for the tier 1s coming through. But either way, he is still trying to do as well as he can, especially in the main tier and tier 3. He is out of the race this evening. Right, let's go back up the field. Viking Fox now was caught up to Vival. Merck indeed does set the fast lap. It's a 1:10.452 for the McLaren. Into the top 10 he goes. He's 2 seconds back from Destroyer Drac now. So what are the pit stop strategies like? Well, Deck's clearly going to be net P1. There's no doubting that scenario. But if there's a safety car again, that will make things intriguing. You may see drivers like Bad Boy, Hazer, Drac and Merc have a bigger chance to find their way through the field as Viking Fox now has another look down the inside on Vival, heading down into turn number 12 through Junsao. But can he get the move here? And he does. Yes, he does. Viking Fox and through on Vival. Vival is pitting. He's on the softs, don't forget. And he's in. And he will go for either mediums or the hards. Hards could potentially even get you to the end of the stage as well. So it could be crucial for his race. Thank you for the posting in the Discord link as well, Josh. Yes, if you do wish to join, obviously follow that one and you will be in the Discord. We do race 5 times per week as Vival getting a little bit uncomfortable onto the curb for a moment, but he is okay heading out of the pits. And now this is where the strategies will be intriguing because they are making their first stops. Destroyer Jack through on Vival. It's going to be close. And he does get through as well to Vival, dropping the place to the Haas. He's behind Bad Boy and Hazel as well, just proving that those two have had very strong pace in this race, having pitted, repairing their wings for the pair. Obviously Hazel didn't, but Hazel now was caught up to Bad Boy as well. Vival on the softs, up against Drac on mediums. You'd expect him to find his way through at the end of this lap. You've also got Hazer on the rear of Bad Boy. Hazer just struggling a little bit on the mediums for the moment, but he is getting closer. Let's go back towards Vival, who is so close to Destroyer Jack. He's pretty much passing him. He will get DRS as well. He's going for the overtake down on the inside line, and the Papaya will find his way up to 8th place now. And he's also got his teammate Merc closing in. He's in P10. So 2 McLarens. Obviously, Vival just becoming a full-time McLaren driver. They could possibly even work together to bring Merc back into play. James Killer, 10-second penalty. Speeding into the pit as Bad Boy and Hazer going at it. And it is going to be Hazer up into 6th place then. So these two need to work together to try and catch up to Deck potentially. I think they do stand any chance of winning this race. So back on with this one, Hazer and Bad Boy. So P6 and P7, tier 1 drivers are elite tier drivers as well. So they will be looking to do what they can. Bad Boy only reserving this evening. I say tier 1 driver, well, he was a tier 1 driver, but he effectively dropped a seat for the season because of, I think, work duties. So in the end, wasn't able to race, but he might be able to next season is what I might be hearing for the new game. As Bad Boy now makes his way through on Hazer up into 6th place. And there you go, Vival 1:10.322. Good lap from Vival, fastest of all the drivers at this stage of the Grand Prix. Let's go back on with Hazer. Down Aretta Aposta. Will he go for the overtake once more? I think he will have a look. He will go for it. And he's back up into P6. So these two just going for the occasional DRS swaps. Vival, then Drac. Let it Merc again, some 2 seconds back. So Destroyer Drac just trying to stick with the McLaren as much as he can here. We still await for when Deck pits. And when Deck pits, will he be your net race leader? Well, I think the likely scenario on that one is yes. He will be your net race leader, even when he pits. So, looking good at the moment for Deck. But again, if there's a safety car, that could very well change the scenario in this Grand Prix. We go back on with Bad Boy. When he looked to overtake Hazer, Hazer getting close towards Mickey as well, so maybe Hazer deciding on this occasion that he does not want to lose the place to Bad Boy, because he knows now he will get DRS from ARC Mickey. So there you go, he's got back in DRS on the Kick Sauber, and he won't lose the place to Bad Boy either, unless Bad Boy's got enough battery to ensure he gets through, but he certainly doesn't. Simon, 3-second penalty. Third on the grid at the moment, obviously yet to pit as well. So you do have Mickey, Hazer and Bad Boy. Vival close behind, Drac close behind. Hazer with a penalty of 3 seconds, and down the inside he goes now on Mickey. Trying to force a move and contact. There is contact between Hazer and ARC Mickey. Mickey now dropping behind Virao as well, down into 8th place, and he does have some damage. So there is end plate damage for ARC Mickey. And again, could that be one that the stewards will have to look at, because Mickey and Hazer have had some contact. I think that's one from Hazer, one from Bad Boy from what I've seen. There might be a couple more as well, so possible penalties could be flying around as ARC Mickey is now pitting, pretty much forced to pit with that damage. And Destroyer Jack then up into 8th place. Still no safety cars or red flags or anything at all. When it comes to that, we did have a virtual safety car when Kesonator did not get off the starting line, but we've had nothing since then as Bad Boy joins Hazer and having a time penalty, goes for the move as well. He's actually losing it to Virao. Virao is up at a 6th place. He's looking mighty quick here in the McLaren at the Brazilian Grand Prix. He's going to have a look for the overtake on Hazer as well. Go for the overtake on Hazer on this lap. Will he wait for the DRS down the long straight? But it's going to be crucial here for Virao. He's going to have a look on the inside. No, he fends off. Drac still there. Bad Boy still there. Merc 2.5 seconds back. Can Merc play himself into this battle or not? That will be a question. If he can, he'll be delighted, especially if they keep battling. If they battle hard, and there's an opportunity for Merc here. Simon is into the pits. We go back towards Virao. And Virao down the inside on Hazer, gets the move done. And up into the top 4 he goes as Simon will pit, of course. So will Hazer get the move done? Down straight again. He would have a look through to see the Delago, but he holds off. Destroyer Drac meanwhile side by side with Bad Boy. Bad Boy just edging ahead of Drac in the end. So 6th place for Bad Boy, 7th for Destroyer Drac. Those two going punchy here through these sort of middle stages of this Brazilian Grand Prix. We're closing in to lap 30 of 71. So back on with Destroyer Jack again. It is a nice little battle, and Virao also closing out towards William, who's yet to pit. So this is how quick this pack is looking. The development tier championship leader Fernandez drops behind Virao in the end, and Viking Fox now is also into the pits. Hey, Viking Fox, there you go, sorry. Going from the mediums, going for the hard tyres, so hards for Viking. Here comes Bad Boy. Will he have a look at the overtaking opportunity on Fernandez? Will he decide not to? Well, one man who is going for the overtake is Drac. And Drac is up there. Has he got the plates? Yes, he does. He's got the move, but Bad Boy wants to go for it again. They are side by side once more. Heroic battling, but Drac just holds on and denies Bad Boy the overtake. He's up into the top 5 now, Destroyer Drac. And that will be a net P4. Once Fernandez pits ahead. Fernandez then just trying his best to nurture those tyres through. Ahead of Drac, ahead of Bad Boy. Merc closing in as well. Becky Gaming with a time penalty. 3 seconds for him. We still await for Deck and for William to both pit. Indeed you can, there you go, that's the tyre situation, a big range of tyres as Destroyer Draclan down the inside on the pair, getting Bad Boy, getting Fernandez, Bad Boy also working his way through on Fernandez, and up into 5th place on the hard tyres, which has been on since about lap 5, so he's been going a long time since he had to repair his front wing earlier on. We will move away from the tyre situation back to the stops, and let's see then. Bad Boy behind Destroyer Jack. He will obviously be feeling the tyre wear, but he's still up there. He's doing well to be in 5th place, given he still had to pit and repair that front wing as well. So a strong effort from Bad Boy here. And also here comes Merc around the outside on Fernandez. He gets the move done. Into the pits goes your race leader. So Deck is in, and he will get rid of those medium tyres. you compare that to, say, Vival is just coming round out of Junsao at turn 12. That's how far back he is. On deck will remain in the lead of the race on hard tyres. He can go to the end now, and he can get a relatively easy and comfortable race win here. It should be the victory in the bag, unless there is a safety car, of course. If there's a safety car, anything can happen still. Again, especially when you look at the tier 1 or elite tier drivers like Hazer, Drac, Bad Boy, Merc, they're finding their way through the field again. And they're up into the top 6 behind Vival. So on with Bad Boy, who's just battling with Drac and Merc for the time being. Fernandez just being dropped behind. Fernandez is the last driver to pit as well. So the question will be, when will he make that stop? Or will he stay out? Just last as long as he can on those tyres. He's on the medium tyres, don't forget, as well. So quite important for his strategy. He wants to be out as long as he can on those tyres. But if he's going to go medium hard, well, you want to go on those hards relatively soon. And that might come this lap, actually. So Bad Boy out of battery, and Vival's left the session. So I will have to give him an invite. Bad Boy's out, so we will go and do that now. This car's also had a bit of a slip. Interesting. I've never really seen that before, where the car's on a slip. I'll give Vival an invite, so there you go. We won't be able to see anything on the Discord, by the way, so Vival, he will need to say on the stream if he needs an invite, because otherwise I won't be able to get to it. But I have sent him an invite anyway, so he should be able to join on that one. Destroyer Jack then behind Bad Boy, and Bad Boy now will overtake Vival, of course, following the disconnection. And also Destroyer Jack finding his way through. Merc will also make his way past. We'll see that his teammate is disconnected. And Vival down into P6. Hopefully he'll be able to get back into the session very soon. If he can, then he might be able to hang on to this group. If not, he's going to have a bit of a problem. And I think he's going to have a bit of a problem. I think it's the latter. As Merkland is closing in on Destroyer Jack. Jack staying ahead. Bad Boy in there as well. Hazer has got a gap of over 1 second on Bad Boy now. Have you rejoined Vival? Oh, Drack's left now. I'm gonna send Drack an invite. Drack normally doesn't show as being online. That's the issue at the moment. Yeah, he hasn't. I'll send you another invite, Vival, but I will send Drack an invite as well. There you go. Obviously, Drack might need another one. Let's go towards ARC Mickey in a battle with Fernandez, and he does get his way up into the top 10 now, look at Sauber. Of course, they both have stopped in this race. Everybody, in fact, has now stopped, so we're going to move away from that scenario. As a tyre situation, if anybody is interested in looking at a particular couple of drivers. But for now, I'm just going to move to the penalties. As you can see, 3 seconds for most of them. Epic Frenzy 6. James Killer has 10 seconds. Oh, that's unusual. Not sure why. Not sure why, Vival. Right, back up towards Merc then. 3/10 the gap towards Bad Boy. Would he go for the overtake? He's having a look. He's having a big look. In the end, decides not to. Well, you've rejoined, so you should be okay, I presume. I would say if you want to, mate, continue. I'd say. Obviously, you and Merc can be battling for the Constructors' Championship as well, so probably be your best interest to continue racing and just see what result you can get. Steam issue. Well, Vival just rejoined. Do you want to try rejoining as well? I'll send you another invite if you're... Because I know you won't show online for me. There you go, that one there. Right, it's Merc now. We'll go for the overtake here on Bad Boys. Anybody else on EA? I've got Depth Panther on. I think Depth Panther's on PC as well. Is he still? Yeah, he's in the session. Interesting. Depth Panther. Of all of the EA drivers to still be in the session, it's Depth Panther. Obviously formerly known as EM. Amazing. We've got VVAL, obviously. Is he back in? I think he's back in. So there you go. You've got VVAL, you've got Simon, you've got Viking Fox now. And VVAL is back in the race. Obviously just hoping that Jack can also get back into that car. And James Kidder overtaking because Baker Gaming is into the pits. And Jack. Destroyer Jack's losing a couple of places now. I don't know why I'm sounding so shocked. Obviously, he was disconnected, so that's why he's dropping down to VRAL. It's down to P8. Not sure if he made a mistake or maybe just letting cars through, but either way, he's back ahead of Drac. Go back on here with Viking Fox, and he will go round the outside on Simon, and he will get his way through into the top 5. Simon just dropped into 6th place, and it'd be nice if Deck does another pit stop or something here, as VVAL decides to retire in the pit, sadly. I mean, I think he could have continued, obviously. Jack still not in the lobby. Right, Simon, and will he try to find his way back through on the Viking? It doesn't look like it. Let's have a look at the tyres again. Simon on softs, Viking on hards. The hards are already working better than softs. I mean, you expect the softs to be working pretty well at this stage of the race. Back on with Hazer and back on with Merc. Bad Boy still there, 7/10 behind. I think he'll be happy with his it's not really a second. I mean, it is a second stint. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird, mate. That is weird, VVAL. Oh, what's that? That's a McLaren. That's VVAL. Oh, that's just VVAL's car. Never mind. Amazing how far off track the car goes when they retire, though, isn't it? As our Merc now just finds way on Hayes, and I think that flash meant that Drac, I do believe, is back in, and indeed he is. Obviously, he's going to have lost so much time to the point where he's dropped behind the likes of Merc and Hazer and Bad Boy as well. He's not lost a little bit of time, he has lost that much time. He's lost probably about half a sector in total, unfortunately for him. So yeah, a lot of time has been lost now. But the good news, he's back in the lobby. Bad news, he's lost a heck of a lot of time. As still watching on this one, Will Hazer is under a bit of pressure here because Bad Boy is actually closing in on him. So you got Merc, you got Hazer, and you got Bad Boy. And down the inside goes Hazer. He goes for the overtake on Merc now, and he does get the job done. So Hazer is up into 2nd place. Will Merc try and fight this one back here? I think he's just backing off. Bad Boy also has a look. Does not go for the overtake. So three in a row, rather, and neither driver trying to make the move down into Decido de Largo, so they will just hang on their 2nd, 3rd and 4th respectively. Don't forget Bad Boy will pretty much certainly almost need a pit again. Oh, Deck's been disconnected now. That brings things back into balance, because him being disconnected, I don't know why everyone's getting disconnected. Is it a Steam issue? Is Steam having problems? Not a good time for Steam to be having problems when there's a full race distance race. But Deck being disconnected means that I think Hazer, Merc and Bad Boy will catch him up, and they obviously know that they want to get a move on because they would have seen that. I think they've all probably seen that Deck was disconnected and thought, oh my god, I've got a chance to get back up to him. I think Deck's on the freshest tyres, if memory serves me right. Yeah, he's on much fresher tyres, so he's still got the advantage, but he will really want to try and stay clear. 13.4 seconds now. We have sent him an invite. If he needs another one, he will need to let us know on the stream. I can't really say a lot apart from that because I can't see the Discord at the moment. Obviously using my computer and my phone, so everything is being viewed by the Discord. I can't see that at all right now. As Ivy, 3-second time penalty. So there you go, another penalty being forced into play. Only a few drivers, a handful of drivers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers in total, in fact, have not received a time penalty in this race. The gap to Deck down to 11 seconds. So that gives him, what, 3 laps maybe? Maybe 2 laps? I'll say more like 2 laps to stay ahead. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on Deck at the moment. Hopefully within 2 laps he'll be back. Obviously, again, he's on the freshest tyres, but he needs to get back into this lobby if he wants to come away with a potential win. What I might do, I might send him another... Not that, that's not what I want to go to. I'll send him another invite just in case. So obviously, whilst he's leading, he won't want to be out. And he's not even showing online for me, so... Be a problem there. Sent him another invite. Hopefully, Deck can get himself back into this race. A gap less than 10 seconds. He's still... under AI control. And there you go, he's joined back in now. 9 seconds is the gap, so he's dropped a bit of time. He's definitely dropped a bit of time, but he's very fortunate. He's not lost too much time. Hopefully he can get control of the car as well. He'll certainly want to do that because he'll know the situation where he's only got the 8-second gap now. And there you go, he's back into the lobby. So perfect timing. And Deck has 7.5 seconds on the cars behind us. Given Merck, Bad Boy and Hazer a chance though. It's a crucial disconnection. As James Killer there having a bit of an error as Bad Boy through on Merck now after the 2nd place. I get a feeling these 3 maybe more willing to work together. Surely, after that Deck disconnect, they might be saying, you know what, if we can work together here, we have got a chance now. We didn't have a chance before, we've got a chance now. And if there's a safety car as well, how crucial will that be? Jack's out! Destroyer Jack has retired in the pits. He got back into the lobby. Again, I don't really know exactly why his car has retired him in the pits, but there you go. That's obviously what Jack's done. So it means we're down to what will be 13 drivers then. Deck still leads, 8 seconds a gap. Lost FFVR, so he had a similar problem with VVAL. That's weird. Why did that happen? Could Deck have the same issue? Because obviously if it's just you guys getting it, then he might be in a similar predicament here, Deck. But Deck might be in P1, obviously. Oh, wait, I know he's in P1, but he might have a similar situation. Is he struggling for the FFB? Yeah, Steam seems to be a bit of a letdown. Normally it's EA. Tonight it's Steam. Thank you. You know the only one on EA who has not been disconnected, or Steam, is Depths Panther, formerly known as EM. Remarkable, that, isn't it? You know, given that he's normally the first to be disconnected, tonight he's not even been disconnected once. Madness. So Hater 4/10 back from Merck then. So this trio of Bad Boy, Merck and Hazer, they are losing time to Deck as well. So I don't think they'll be catching the Red Bull driver. Unless there's a safety car, which I kind of hope there is. I'd like to see a safety car just to see what happens in those final laps. Obviously the grid is sort of back to being a bit more normal. I mean, you've got Deck, Bad Boy, Merck and Hazer in the top 4. Makes sense. Viking P5, Simon P6, Mickey, William, that makes sense as well. So most of the drivers are in a position where you would expect them to be. Right, Hazer then. Will he now go for the overtake on Bad Boy? No, he won't. Surely you're not going to go for the move up the hill. No chance. No chance at all. Right, Willie Fernandez back ahead of ARC Mickey down into turn 1. Fernandez, purple sector 1. Well, actually, rather a purple sector 3 on the previous lap. So Fernandez trying to bolt away from Mickey. But as you can see, Mickey having none of it. Bad Boy, though, 9/10 behind Merck. Is the gap being opened up a little bit? Obviously, Merck is on the freshest tyres off that trio. He's on mediums as well, so we will need to pit again, Merck, in this race. Just keep it on that for a minute or two, so you guys can get familiar with, again, a certain or specific group of drivers and what tyres they are on, how old they are. So fresh hards, like the Frenchie and Panther, you feel like can go to the end here. Baker Gaming is on fresh mediums. He might have a chance. Fernandez can probably get to the end on those hards as well. And also a Viking Fox has got a chance. So these drivers have got opportunities to get to the end on their current tyres. Ones who I'm very sure can't. Well, Bad Boy will be one of them. Predict Merck and Hazer as well. Probably won't be able to. I think Deck can get to the end on his hards, but he might pit again and just go for a fast lap as well. So we are over the halfway mark of this Grand Prix. 44 laps of 71 completed. We're watching on with Merck, with Bad Boy and Hazer as well. Oh, I lied, because I'm going to go to Ivy, and here comes Frenchie. Frenchie now is going to get the move down on the inside. Bad Boy back ahead of Merck for the second place. And they are going to go side by side here between Frenchie and Ivy, and he does get the place done. P11 then for Epic Frenchie's on fresher tyres as well. So there you are, Epic Frenchie up into P11. He's very close to Baker Gaming as well, so he should be able to get a move into the top 10. Baker Gaming has also done 2 stops in this race so far. I wonder how the drivers are doing for fuel as well. Is anybody struggling on that department? As our Mickey overtaking Woody Fernandez. So ARC Mickey up into 7th as we go back towards Merck. Just behind a Bad Boy at the stage of the Grand Prix. 46 laps now. Where Deck is on lap 46, and these guys just about to start it. Merck, will he go for the overtake on Bad Boy here? As you can see, round the outside he goes, and the Papaya up into second as Hazer. Hazer is into the pit. Crucial stage of the race for him. He is pitting, and he is going for a set. What tyres is he going for? He's going to go for the mediums. Mediums to the end then for Hazer. So again, absolutely pivotal to see what these drivers will do. So Fernandez still behind Mickey. Let's go back up towards Bad Boy then. Behind Merck. Can he get a move done again on the snap? Well, one of them looked to pit as well. Oh no, Bad Boy instead doing a bit of a switch there, going to pit. So he's pitting, he's reacted to Hazer, and he is in. Merck obviously can go a bit longer. An interesting strategy though from Hazer. And Bad Boy just wants to be on level tyres, I think. He maybe feels he is the quicker one at this race, and to be fair, he's looked pretty quick given he's been on older tyres compared to all of his rivals. Definitely something you've got to factor in. He's been on older tyres in this race, and he's going to be right there with Hazer as well. Just checking in with ARC Mickey. Again, still there with William. These two have pretty much been neck and neck for the whole race. I mean, obviously, William started a bit higher up than Mickey, who started near the back end. But since Mickey has caught him up, he has been there with William through this whole Grand Prix. Let's check back in with Hazer and Bad Boy. When will Merc pit? Well, he's not pitting yet. He's holding fire, holding station, and saying, these mediums are okay, I can stay out for a few more laps here. Hazer 110, 120, but guess what? During that fast lap, he's been overtaken by Bad Boy. So Bad Boy might have a shot at the fastest lap himself here. Unless Hazer's going to try and take the place back off him, but he decides not to in the end. Getting closer, but not close enough for Hazer. And Bad Boy going up the hill beyond turn 4 and leading all the way into turns 5, 6, 7. And now just heading down to turn 8 as well. So through the right-hander. Bad Boy and Hazer together again. But how long will it last? And can any of them pull away from the other driver? This could certainly be a fast lap also for Bad Boy about to come up. Purple through the middle sector, so it's looking good. Hazer still in DRS range, but I think Bad Boy is about to secure the fast lap here tonight. But then Deck still to come, obviously, and Merc, and there you go, 109.567. Much quicker. That's 7/10, I think, on Hazer there, so mighty stuff. But Hazer obviously would have been second quickest on that lap, so there you go. These two looking fast. Deck might have to think about pitting some stage soon. Speaking of pitting, ARC Mickey's in. From 22 laps on the soft tyres. And ARC Mickey is going to be on the medium, so there you go. Mediums to the end for the kick-sabber of ARC Mickey. So you've also got Epic French as well. He's battling with Baker Gaming, and then into the pits, James Kidder. Soft tyres, softs to the end. I mean, Mickey did just do 22 laps in all fairness. As our Hazer with the fast lap gets back through, and Bad Boy. Bad Boy's off. He's hit the wall. He's lost an end plate. There you go. Big accident there for Bad Boy. And Hazer has cleared him by 4 seconds plus damage. So a bit of an error there from Bad Boy in this race so far. And he might be thinking, he might be contemplating retiring altogether. It wouldn't shock me if he comes in this lap and decides to retire from the race. Again, he's only reserving, so there's that. Right, what about Simon then, behind William? Heading out of Jun Sao. So there should be the move for Simon. And should find his way back up into 6th place here. William obviously on older tyres. And there you go. Simon going to go to the outside line and put his way up into position number 6. So he does get the move on Fernandez. And also Epic French. He's going to have a chance on Bakey Gaming. And that'll be for 9th place. I mean, they both have penalties. So clearly it's going to impact them a little bit. There you go, Epic French then finds his way through on Baker Gaming and up into 9th he goes. What I'm interested in though is that Merck is still out there on those 31 lap old mediums. Is he going for a soft tyre stint to end, or is he just going to try and hope maybe a safety car comes on? If it's a safety car, obviously he'll be most likely P2. And there you go. Did say it. I think Bad Boy frustrated with the mistake, obviously. Wing damage and then retiring in the pit. So he's out for the race then. Let's go down towards Baker Gaming. 7 tenths, 8 tenths at Epic Frenchie. A bit far away at the moment to look for the overtake, but he could with a good exit. He's not got one. He's not got the exit. He's on older tyres as well. That brings Viking Fox onto the podium again. I know Hayes and Simon on fresher tyres. Hayes would definitely get through on him. But Viking Fox could still finish in 4th place here. And who knows, if he doesn't pit again, he might even take a podium, depending on what Merck has to do. There's the penalty situation there, and so not too many penalties for flying around. I mean, 9 seconds for Frenchy. Everyone else has 3 seconds or no penalties for 5 drivers as well. So Deck, Merck, Viking, William and Mickey, the 5 drivers without a single time penalty. So we've got ARC, Mickey. Still 17 seconds back from William, but he's on fresher tyres, as you can see there. So Fernandez will be trying to get to the end on these tyres and maybe hoping he can get a position or two when people ahead pit. I don't know, maybe William might need to think about pitting, maybe softs even, with a few laps time. That would make things interesting. If he did go for softs or even mediums, could be on for a good result, but obviously he'll need to get back through on Mickey, which will be a challenge for him. So on with Hayes. He's closed the gap on Viking, to be fair. 2 seconds behind. Viking Fox within 3 seconds of Merck as well. So these guys certainly catching Merck at a rate of knots here at the stage. Deck 22 seconds ahead, so he's obviously looking very strong again. Does he need to pit again? I don't think he does. Let's go back to the tyres, and there you go. Deck can go to the end quite comfortably here. I think Hayes will catch Viking before Viking catches Merck. the gap now from Hazer, 1.2 seconds, I think. And they're going to tyre situation much fresher than Viking and Merck as well. So he's now going to go for the overtake. A bad boy already out of the race with Drac Female and Kesening. This will be a chance then. Well, the first chance really for an overtake for a few laps for any driver. I think Hazer is about to go for it on Viking Fox. Maybe just going to wait another lap though. A little bit of traffic ahead as Viking Fox got DRS as well. He might do. I think he will. Yeah, he does. So DRS for Viking then. Ivy ahead. Does Ivy think he's maybe quick at this stage? What tyres is he on? He's on mediums. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Let's have a little look of this, because obviously he didn't go for the overtake. Seems to do it fairly cleanly. It'd be better for Ivy to just stay behind, wait for the DRS and then overtake, and then after that try and bolt away. You can overtake, but you shouldn't really be trying to fight through corners when you're ghosted like he is when you're a lap down. Like, obviously now he can go for the overtake because Merck is actually pitting, so interesting call. Merck realised he was being caught by Viking and also caught by Hazer, and he's now in the pits. So Merck, what tyre is he on? He's on to soft, so there you go, soft to the end for Merck. Will a couple of other drivers follow him in this strategy call? Maybe he felt like he was not going to get any better than 4th anyway, so probably just going for the risk. And also, may go for the fastest lap point as well. Back on with Hazer. On the podium. Could still get second. It'll be full 3 seconds on Viking Fox as well. Deck obviously will come away with a very convincing victory. I mean, he's not raced anyone for probably about 40 or so laps now. Here we go. Hazer, will he go for the overtake on Viking Fox? He might have to. Here we go, round the outside. We're going to get the overtake surely from Hazer, and I think he's going to struggle. He's struggling. Now he's going to go back to the outside line. And has Hazer got it done? Now he's got the inside through the centre S's, and he does get through on Viking Fox. So up into P2. What does Viking have in store for us? He's going to have another look at the overtake on Hazer. In the end, has to back out of it, and there you go, Hazer then up into 2nd position. Just gonna watch our Merck's timing then. 15.8 seconds at the stage. Can he get the gap down? He needs to find over 1 second per lap, which would be quite remarkable from him at the moment. If by the end of this lap he could be within, say, 14 seconds, maybe just over. He's getting closer though, 14.7 now. I don't know, Merck might have a chance here. 14.4. I was saying if he can get to 14 seconds at the end of this lap, he's not even got round the final bend here. He's 14.2 behind. There's 14 behind now, he's not even got to the starting line. Okay. I mean, the timing was quite correct that I said. You want to be about 14 seconds behind. 1090, and he has set the purple lap. He is the fastest driver on track, and within 14 seconds of Viking Fox now. Lakey Gaming gets through on James Keller. James Keller's ran wide. That's why there was a yellow flag. Still no safety car in this race, by the way. No safety car, no red flag. Only one virtual safety car from the start of the Kesenator. Did not put away at the start of the race. And into the pits goes Deck. So maybe fielding, he will go for the softs. He should be able to get himself to the end very comfortably with the fast snap potentially as well. soft tyres are on for Deck. Maybe just felt a bit of risk from Hazer. Maybe a reason why also he is pitting in terms of wanting a fast lap point. So if he waited a few more laps, Hazer would have been with him, which he obviously did not want. So there you go, Declan in the lead on softs. And obviously we'll pull clear Hazer behind. In second, we got Viking, but Merck now 13 seconds adrift. Is he going to be closing enough in his final 11 laps of the race? Well, on the last lap, did not close enough. He needs to be gaining by, at this stage, probably about 1.4 seconds a lap, 1.5 seconds a lap. It's probably what he needs to be achieving, and obviously gained by a second on the previous run, so he needs to be gaining quicker than 1 second per lap on Viking, if not Hazer as well. It depends. If he wants second place, he will need to gain by about a couple of seconds per lap. If he only wants a P3, he can gain just over a second per lap. So he's got the gap to 12.1 to Viking. See what it is heading out of Jinsao here. And a gap now 11.8, 11.9, 11.8. So there you go. Again, he is gaining by about... Ooh, what's the gap there? Just over a second in the end. So he's trying to get his way back in there. He is trying. Obviously not quite close enough. 11.5, now 11.4. He is still getting there. He is looking quick. Can he catch Viking Fox by the end of this race? Depps Panther. There you go, we were saying it. Depps Panther was the last of the EA members to be kicked out. There you go, there's an invite to Depps Panther. Right, let's see then. Merck has got the gap to under 11 seconds. 10.8 seconds now. 10.7. So that gap will continue to fall, particularly through the middle sector. That's where he can gain the most time. Obviously, he has a bit more grip compared to the other drivers. 10.4 seconds back now. He is gaining good time. He is. Is it enough time? That's the question. So it may just fall short of being perfect scenario for Merck in his bid to catch Viking Fox for third position. Still get a podium, but he needs a quick drive from now until the end. So Viking Fox in P3 could really secure a vital podium here. Impressive race from him. Hazer in second place as well. Done well to work his way through the field. Obviously had a couple of incidents. Deck. Deck's pretty much been largely dominant here. P1. And he looks set to secure a commanding race win here this evening. So seeing what can happen here. Viking Fox 4 seconds to Hayden now. So obviously he's not going to get P2. 9 seconds the gap to Merck with what is going to be 8 laps of racing to go. 8 laps of racing with 8.6 seconds behind. He is gaining enough time here, Merck, to catch up to Viking Fox with the last lap or two to go. That last lap, he might be on the tail of Viking if he keeps up with the improvements or speed he has been going at here. And I wonder why. 6 laps on the softs versus 35 laps on the hards. I wonder why Viking Fox is struggling in comparison to the papaya of Merck. So Viking P3, Merck P4. That seems to be the only possible battle in this race. You've also got to think about... oh wait, I'm on the wrong part. You want to think about Mickey with William, although Mickey 8 seconds back on mediums versus William on older hards. It did look like the one stop is the way to go here. Obviously, Deck's on a two stop, but he has pitted for softs as well to get the fast in that point. So it makes a bit of sense for Deck. But Hayes, that looks like he's set for that second position. But who can get the last place on the podium? Merck not gaining enough on the last lap in comparison to Viking Fox. Is that the reason why Viking Fox got a driver ahead of him who is not abiding by the blue flags? It looks like it is Bakey Gaming and Ivy. Well, they're both battling, but he should really be allowing Viking to go through. Deck 108.671. That's the fast lap of the race for him. So there you go. The P1, the victory, is set in stone for Deck here this evening. Let's go back on with this. Ivy and Baker Gaming, obviously factoring in. We've got Viking Fox rather in behind, 7.3 seconds the gap between Viking and Merck. 7.4 the gap between William and ARC and Mickey. P3, P4, and P6 and P7. But the bad news is, this is not good news for the likes of Merck and for Mickey. I think the laps are just going to run out for them. Unless the tyres fall off for Viking and fall off for William, I think that will be pretty much that done. Unless the tyres go for Viking Fox and also for William. So they should be getting P3 and P6 out of this, bar some form of miracle. And here comes Baker Gaming going for the overtake on Ivy, and he has got the place done, up into 9th place then for Baker Gaming in the Red Bull. His teammate this evening is leading the race, so good haul of points for the team of Red Bull here. Deck leading Bakey in the top 10. Looks like Red Bull getting that double top 10 finish. It's a bit of a slip on the exit there from a Bakey game. Could give Ivy a chance, having a look on the inside, but backs out. In the end, not going for the overtake through turn 6, and obviously very wise to back out that overtake from Ivy there. So Merck has got the gap to less than 6 seconds to Viking Fox. Mickey 6.7 to William. I don't think that's good enough. But can Merck catch up to Viking? He needs to gain more time than that. 5.3 seconds now. He's also obviously he's pushing hard to catch up, but he's just not quite there. On with Ivy once again, having to look. He cuts the corner, that's a penalty. It's a 3-second penalty, 6 in total, and that costs Ivy a chance. Even if he overtakes Baker, he now needs to clear him by 3 seconds. I'm not certain, going by their pace tonight for both drivers. And I think Ivy is capable of doing that, bar an error from Baker. That would have to be a fairly big error as well. Just sticking on with this. Merck's got the gap to just over 4 seconds to Viking Fox, but again, unfortunately for Merck, it's not going to be close enough. He needs to be getting close to about 1.5 seconds per lap minimum now. It's getting to that point for Merck. We knew it was going to be tough. We did know that. Yeah, 3.9 seconds is the provisional gap between Viking Fox in third and ARC Mickey. Sorry, ARC Mickey? We're talking about Merc in 4th. So Viking and Merc, and here comes Ivy down on the inside on Baker Gaming, and he's back up into position 9. So up the order he goes. Will Baker Gaming go for the move again? No. No, he won't. Still interested that there's no safety cars, and there will not be a safety car. It's too late for that now. So that ship has sailed. And Deck here will cross the line to start the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. What a dominant drive he's had. So there you go. That means Depp will stay out for an additional couple of laps just to secure the race win. Hazer as well in P2. That's how far back he is. A Viking Fox on the podium. He's in P3. You've got Merc is there as well. But let's see. Bakey still trying to hang on to this overtake on Ivy. Can he get the overtake done on this lap? Well, he's decided to not go for it. He's not going for it. Ivy will stay in the top 9. Obviously, will drop behind Bakey Gaming once the penalties are applied. Although there's a slip from Bakey, and that slip may just cost him DRS in this battle. So that could cost Bakey Gaming a Red Bull driver making an error via a slip. We obviously saw that at Jeddah with parkour. But now there's a slip here from Bakey Gaming as well. About the final lap of the race, and Deck, 1 to go, 3 sectors. He leads through turns 1 and 2. What has been an absolute dominant drive by Deck this evening. He made his way through the pack well, very well in fact, compared to everyone else. And it will be a worthwhile win compared to the other drivers. Hayes is set for 2nd place, even though he's got a time penalty. Viking Fox looks set to hang on to what will be a pivotal UFRL podium. And it will be a podium as well. Incredible. Back on with Baker Gaming, but he's just too far back from Ivy. Too big of a distance. And that means we are going to go towards who is going to be your race winner tonight. And it will be the Red Bull. It will be Deck, who has proven the dominant driver. And here he comes at Interlagos, Brazil, in a 100% day. Deck secures the race victory. And it is done. And it is dusted. Hazer has gone onto the grass on the outside, but it doesn't matter too much, because he will also come home for a podium. And after a tough drive, it'll be P2 for Hazer. And then the final driver to land his spot onto the podium. What a drive, what an effort. Viking Fox. William, you will be looking towards him as your championship rival, I think, this season. Merc will secure 4th place. Simon in 5th. Not too far ahead of William and Mickey, by the way. So Simon will end up half a minute back from Merc. Without a wing, by the way. He's not even got a wing. He's lost his wing on the last lap. Luckily for him, he is going to stay ahead. But Simon looks like he's going to hang on to 5th place. Fernandez, sadly for him, just not close enough, but he will just hold on to P6. And there's ARC Mickey in 7th. Last driver who has run out of fuel is James Killer, who's burning no battery because he hasn't got really much left. And it's P12 for James Killer. And that means that the race winner, of course, is Declan. full race classification, and Deck comes home from P16 to take a victory with the fastest lap to boot. Hayes a P2, Viking on the podium. What an effort from him. Superb stuff. Merck in 4th, Simon 5th place, with William in 6th. Then you got ARC Mickey P7, Frenchy 8th, Bakey in 9th, and Ivy in the top 10. Depth Panther and James Kidder, the final 2 to finish. Then we got Bad Boy, Destroyer Jack, Vivao, and Kesonator all out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. There you go, that has been the race here at Interlagos, Brazil. Not too much action for the last stage, unfortunately. Obviously, for the first section of the race, there was a lot of action. Once Deck pulled into the lead, it was pretty much done and dusted, especially given there were no safety cars, which was a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to see. I would have liked to see a safety car or two, personally, just to give a bit more balance into that Grand Prix. Right then, let's have a look what races we have coming up then, starting with the international tier for tomorrow. And that'll be round 6, sorry. I was going to say round 7. Round 6 will be held at Imola. I'm shocked there were no safety cars. Me too. Me too. I would have got them both ahead if I had the fuel. That would have been interesting. Yeah, it's a shame though. Obviously, no safety cars. That would be a major factor. But yeah, tomorrow night will be held at Imola, obviously for Italy, and then that'll be 9 o'clock p.m. Tier 1. Monday night, 8 o'clock p.m. It'll be round 7 at the Netherlands. We head to Zandvoort. Tier 2, 8 o'clock p.m. Tuesday night. I'll be back for comms at Australia for Melbourne. And then Tier 3 next Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. It will be held at Baku for Azerbaijan. And next week in the 100% tier will be round 7. And it will be a mystery track. Yes, mystery circuit time for the 100% tier next week. Looking forward to that one. But there you go. For tonight, we have been UFRL. I've been UFRL F1 Viva. Thank you for watching, and good night.